on the play, a little bit lazy, lackadaisical on defense.
And Taylor, I like Taylor. I mean, they talking about him on ESPN and everything, but you cannot freaking force the football. You cannot do that.
When is enough enough? I found the best thing to soothe the loss is a little purple sunset. Little 26%. Boy, that just eases it down.
The main problem, Colton and Matt, this team, these players do not know how to win.
From the Bushlight Studios with Ty Richardson and Tommy Kraft, and produced by Colton Little. This is The Morning Rush.
Well, it was a pretty lively Hog reaction on Saturday following another loss to Memphis in the Liberty Bowl. Feel like we're going to say similar things that we said following the loss to Ole Miss last week. Hey, welcome in. Lewis Automotive Group Hotline is open for you. It's just going to be kind of a continuous show from what we had on Saturday. Maybe people will be a little less angry. Maybe it'll be a little less volatile. But you're still disappointed where your football team is right now. Now 2-2. When you get to host Notre Dame this upcoming Saturday, a top 25 opponent coming in who also has 2 losses. So a big game for both Marcus Freeman and Sam Pittman. There's stuff to discuss within the game. There's stuff to discuss the rest of the season, what a bunch of different things look like. And this is not a day, Colton. This is actually a day I wish we were doing 3 hours instead of 2. Sometimes 2 hours is perfect. This is not one of those days.
Yeah, not enough time today to really get into all the things that need to be discussed today. You mentioned it, Ty. It was a somber Hog reaction on Saturday. And you know what? One of the main themes that I recognized was there was no anger. There wasn't a lot of anger or just like aggression or frustration. It just went straight into apathy. Yeah. People, they just they don't have anything left in the tank to really get angry or get frustrated anymore, because we've seen a lot of the same things over and over again. And last Saturday especially was like an episode of The Twilight Zone from what happened the previous Saturday. So lots of stuff to get into today, Ty. And like you said, I wish we had a little bit more time, and wish we had more time to get more reaction from fans.
Well, I'll do my best to get every text message in, every call in today. Again, on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. Did get a call from Submit Head with Mock Legal Solutions yesterday. He was asking me if I was okay. It was, like you said, more of a somber Hog reaction. I think there was more anger following the Ole Miss game,
yeah.
But as far as just the reaction, we'll get more than that coming up. But appreciate Cement Head calling me. We're actually going to be at Mock Legal Solutions this Friday. Myself, Tommy, Ruskin, and Zach, the Morning Rush, and Ruskin and Zach. So really excited about that. Jackie and the team have opened that second location in Sallisaw. Better serve Sequoia and LaFleur counties. I mean, they really do serve all over the state. Mena, they've gone way further into Oklahoma as well. That's because Jackie's reputation has kind of branched out, and people understand that she does a good job when it comes to various things, including slip and fall cases, car wrecks, dog bites, and of course, custody battles as well. And it's hard nowadays to pony up $5,000. They understand that. So they offer flat fees, low down payments, and payment plans. Go to mocklegalsolutions.com. Mock Legal Solutions. Real advice, reasonable price. Some text to get to here early on. B in Clarksville says, if we don't come out against Notre Dame in our anthracite unis, I'm going to start the revolt. I don't anticipate that there
Those
are.
have been burned. Those have been burned or buried.
I don't anticipate. I am curious what football team comes out. Arkansas is a 5.5-point dog, I think, against the Fighting Irish at home this week. Again, Notre Dame not exactly in the best situation either. Both teams have 2 losses, but I think so. Following the game, I think I got over 250 texts, either in group text or individual text and various things. And one of the things that people kept texting me, and I don't know if you guys received the same type of thought on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, is you have to call out this and call for Sam's job or call for Hunter's job or you didn't ask the tough questions. I'm going to be honest, I didn't ask a single question of Talon, of Cam, or of Coach Pittman in the press conference. I was trying to think, and they felt like that, quote unquote, they got off easy. I don't know in that situation what you want, what you expect them to say. I don't think there's anything Sam Pittman could have said in the postgame. We'll get into some of his audio coming up in in just a bit here on our opening drive and beyond that as well. The only thing you're wanting right now as a Razorback fan is wins. Hunter Yurchek said earlier this past week about being competitive in the SEC. Sam Pittman has been competitive as a football coach. Rare is it that they get blown out. This is not Chad Morris, but they still have not found a way to win these type ball games. Think about this. So now Sam Pittman moves to 7-19 in one-score games as the head football coach here at Arkansas. So what that basically means is every 4 games, or a little less than every 4 games in the one score, you're going to win 1 and lose 2 to 3. That's basically what that math is. 7 plus 19 is 26. It's not all the way 28 yet, but every 3 or 4 games that you play, you're going to win 1 and lose 2 or 3. That math's not perfect because, again, it doesn't add up to an exact number in 28, but that's just where this football program is right now. And again, there's a lot of thought process and stuff that's discussed behind closed doors that I'm not privy to. I don't know the answer to. And I got questions about his job security, Hunter's job security, and all this stuff. I think as the week unfolds, it's an interesting dynamic with the Board of Trustees meeting. You've got this bye week after the Notre Dame. There is nothing off the table, I would say. I know college athletics looks completely different nowadays. In years past, I might have just come in guns hot and hacked off this morning. I'm frustrated where the football program is right now, but that doesn't do me any good to just spit vile and fire and everything else. But, I mean, if you want to do that, you're more than welcome to. Big Keith's called in here on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. Big Keith, go ahead, man.
Hey, Big Keith up in the house. How you guys doing?
We've been better.
Morning,
We've been
Keith.
better, buddy.
Yeah, I heard that, man. I heard that. It's a rough one. What are we going to do? You think Pittman's going to finish out the whole year?
That's a take that's been I've kind of kicked around. I'm going to be honest. I think at some point we are going to see a transition. Barring just a miraculous comeback. Wow. Now I will point this out. So I looked back that 2015 team. If you remember, that ended up with 8 wins. They went 8-5 under Bielema. Guys, they started 1-3. They had losses to Texas A&M. They had losses to Texas Tech and losses to Toledo. Now I'm not necessarily saying that is how this team's going to finish. I hope they do, because I don't really want to go through another coaching search, to be honest. I want this football team to be on solid footing. I want Sam Pittman to have success, but if things continue to go in the opposite direction, I don't know how, as a board of trustees, Hunter Yurchek, that athletics department, anywhere else, that you confidently tell fans that the football situation is in a good spot right now. Because it's not. Now, here's the deal. If they win one or both of these games the last 2 weekends, Keith, then we're talking about obviously something completely different. Sam Pittman's a Coach of the Year candidate. The football program's humming. You've got a top 25 matchup. But it goes back to the point we made earlier. Like, they can't figure out, unfortunately, under Sam Pittman, for the most part, every 3 or 4 games, how to win one-score games. And it sucks, it stinks, but that's just where we are right now.
Yeah. I mean, it's bad, but I'm with you. I love Pittman, and I want the best for him. I want the best for Arkansas too. You know what I'm saying?
And
it's kind of a hard decision.
Big Keith, that's a great point. Here would be for every Sam Pittman supporter, detractor, or someone that's just kind of down the middle, like what can you definitively say moving forward? And again, we're 4 games in. We've got to realize that it's not basketball season yet. I know people kind of joked about that after the game. I know you and Matt were kicking that around, Colton. But things can change. It changed in 2015. I remember how I felt in 2015, 4 games in. It was awful. And I'm thinking, man, we just came off being LSU and Ole Miss the year before. I thought this thing was heading in the right direction, and then they turned it around that season. So I'm not willing to just completely throw in the towel just yet, but this is one of the more difficult situations that Sam Pittman has been in since he arrived at Arkansas.
Yeah. Well, the last thing I'm going to say, I went 13-3 this past weekend, and made some good money. So I got that. I picked Texas Tech over Utah, man. And they were over there talking crap about me. Then I'm crazy and all this. So I thought that was a good, funny thing. But that was a good game. Thanks a lot, guys. I appreciate you. You guys take care.
Big Keith, congratulations. He's probably been on the Bet Saracen app, which right now Arkansas is a 5.5-point dog. If you get on the Bet Saracen app this weekend, whether it's the Arkansas game that you look at each and every week, maybe it's an NFL team, maybe you just want to bet against the Cowboys each and every week. The Red Wolves are 3-point underdogs taking on Monroe this weekend. College football, NFL, it doesn't matter. It is on the Bet Saracen app. And again, right now you're going to get that welcome deposit bonus of at least $25. You place a $25 bet, and once that settles, you have $125 in free bets. The most popular sports betting app in the state. You can always check them out at betsaracen.com and download the app on either the iTunes Apple Store or you can do it on the Google Play Store. Again, it's the Bet Saracen app.
They did about whatever they wanted to in the run game, with two guys over 100 and 290 yards. We just didn't tackle well. We weren't fit well, and Julian had one, but it certainly played a factor. Obviously, the last one played a major factor. They all do. Mike feels terrible, and, I hate it for him because he's been such a great player for us. He still is. He just happened to they jarred the ball loose from him. As bad as we played at times on offense, defense, if we just, hang on to the ball there, we win, and it's not as big a deal. But I appreciate the comment.
This is the opening drive.
Evidently, Sam Pittman, he got asked about talking to whether it's Mike Washington or the team itself about holding on to the football, and that was something that was preached in the 2 minutes. I had no issue whatsoever with what they tried to do at the end of that game. Did you want Brendan Lewis to get the ball back?
No chance.
Because I didn't. They were, again, trying to get first downs, trying to wind out the clock and prevent Silverfield from having timeouts and everything else. And they were moving the football. Mm-hmm. They used their advantage on the offensive line in terms of weight. And I'll give credit to those guys because they only gave up one sack, and it was a pivotal sack, and it kept Arkansas out of field goal range. It was a good, well-timed blitz from Memphis there, but offensive line played good again. Defensively, you gave up over 100 yards to a running back. You gave up over 100 yards to a quarterback. He didn't have necessarily a great day throwing the football when you look at just his passing, 15 of 30, 199 yards and a touchdown. A lot of that I feel like came in the second half. Didn't have a great first half. That long touchdown throw at the end of in the first half, which should have been an offensive PI, was not called. Yeah, but once again, you give up 30-plus points to an opponent. Your offense only manages 3 in the second half. Now you've scored 10 points in the last 2 halves. There's just not a lot of good things, unfortunately, you can take out of this game. And it's all, if you win this game, are you happy about the Ole Miss loss? No, but there's at least some momentum that you can take heading into the Notre Dame game on Saturday, and it's going to be really difficult, back-to-back emotional losses. I hope the team comes out fired up at 11 a.m. I hope there's a good crowd there, but this is going to take a big effort from Sam Pittman and his staff to get his guys ready for this week.
Well, people obviously want heads on pikes, and they want things to change. And like we talked about earlier on, I mean, they're apathetic now because it just seems like it's the same thing over and over again. And I do understand that the offensive line played pretty great for the first 2 quarters and then the last drive of the game. But they only scored 3 points in the second half, Ty. And that's now in the third and fourth quarters of the last 2 games, you've only scored 10 points on offense. That's not going to get it done, especially when you're not getting any help from your defense, which you mentioned that 2015 team. So is it the year prior that they had the back-to-back shutouts against Ole Miss? It was 2014?
Correct.
Okay, so there's probably still some holdovers from that defense the year before, which was one of the best defenses I've seen, actually watching football for the Arkansas
Darius
Razorbacks.
Bylon, Trey Flowers, Martrell Spade.
You don't have a soul like that on your defense right now. You unfortunately really, truly do not. Sori's playing probably injured, and there's just not a lot of depth right there. So I feel like the offense is trying so hard, struggling and feeling that pressure to score every single time, to be perfect. And you can see that when your quarterback is forcing passes as well. So I think that is not only just your quarterback, but your offensive coordinator as well.
Yeah. All right, let's take Miss Lisa's call here on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. Lisa, go ahead.
Okay, how are you, Kai?
It's been a while. It's good to hear from you.
Well, it's good to call. Let me say this as fast as I can. You know I'm slow. Doing the same thing over and over and over and expecting a different outcome is the definition of insanity. That's what the fans, I'm not worried about the big guys in the suits, the media, nothing against y'all, or anything else. I've dropped $1,000 close to it to be going to the Notre Dame game this weekend. Now, I wished I was just staying home. When the same, and we're all looking over the problem, and we're all piling on Sam Pittman, which I think he does need to take, and I don't know what to do, but Hunter Yurchek, in my opinion, is the 600-pound gorilla in the room. Nobody's talking about him. He has interviewed, to my knowledge, for 3 different jobs and didn't get them. So I think he needs to interview for another job and take it. I want your check gone because he made the statement at the Touchdown Club, and I'm not going to go back all into that. Y'all know what he said. Mm-hmm. Well, look at Memphis's NIL.
Yeah.
Look at this team that beat ASU, this little Kennesaw State. I don't even know who I'd want as a coach, an athletic director, but I think you need to get rid of both of them and just start anew. I
think,
and nobody
Miss Lisa, I'm going to be honest. There's Hunter Yurchek's feeling it just as much, if not more, than Sam Pittman is right now. I promise you're not the only one that feels that way about it. Rightly or wrongly, trust me, he's feeling it from fans too. He's not, in what.
Well, he should. He should, and correct me if I'm wrong.
Okay.
Please. But on the sideline, I didn't go to Memphis. I watched it at home. But I thought I saw Hunter Yurchek running the sidelines with Sam Pittman.
Hunter was sitting. He was standing behind. I don't know where he was during the majority of that game. I know he was near the visitors' locker room at the tail end of that game. He was trying to keep morale up after the team lost, and he shaking and patting guys on the back as they went to the locker room. But as far as where he was during the midst of that game, couldn't tell you, but did see that from him after the game. And just the reaction, and so I didn't see Mike after the game. I was kind of looking for him to see who he was. He's been a good running back for you all season. You wish he would have had both hands on the football at the tail end of that game. Just again, it's more of the same when it comes to the end of the football game. Ole Miss game felt eerily similar, unfortunately, to what happened in the Liberty Bowl. Text from Hogwild, 3-9, 4-8 at best. I'd go ahead and fire Pittman after the Notre Dame. Haynes 60 on our soft defense. IBP finish out the year and maybe sell some tickets, start looking for the next guy ASAP. There's a dynamic that we want to get into. Brandon Marcello, credible college football reporter for CBS and 24/7 Sports, talked about this on a recent podcast this weekend. I'm curious the validity of that, his source on that.
Yeah.
But I do want to get into that as well. But trying to get as many of these calls and texts as possible, including Robert, who's called in this morning. Robert, go ahead, man.
Hey, here you go. Don't fire nobody. Let them all stay, and then you want to watch your NIL money go down more. I mean, I'm just saying, the little man, if you start winning games, the little people aren't going to donate, and just that way. And I had us winning at least 5 games, and I don't know where they're going to come from. I don't even know where we're going to get 5 games.
I think it's.
Where do you see it, Ty?
Robert, on that note, so think about this. 70 remaining 8 games are against ranked opponents. A bunch of them are in hostile environments, Knoxville, Baton Rouge, Austin. And the other element, while Memphis is a quality football team, and you can say what you about them or not, that's just true. Is that the worst team you'll play the rest of the way? That's the other, and I hate to frame it that way, But, I mean, maybe Mississippi State when you get them in Fayetteville, maybe that's enough of an advantage that it's at home rather than well. But it wasn't a hostile environment, Robert. There's it wasn't even full this weekend, and they had stadium, and that's on top of the stadium renovations too. So, Matt asked me that question in the post game, and I just kind of like, man, I didn't think about it like that. But the wins are going to be difficult to come by, and I don't like talking negative on Monday. I was hoping to come in, all right, 3-1. Let's see what you got against Notre Dame this weekend. But there's no way to spin this.
Mm-mm.
There's no way to twist, contort, or frame it to make Arkansas football in a good position right now. And I begrudgingly talk about where this program is on a daily basis, but Robert, we just got to call it like it is right now, man.
Exactly, and you can't make it look, you can't sit there, make excuses. We're bad. We have, like Matt even said on the post game, we don't have any dogs on defense, and we're not. Our defense is soft, and we're going to get eat up. Now, if we had the high power back in the day when Bobby was the head coach, where we could score 60 points on you, outscore you, sure. But we can't do that now because Memphis did exactly. Get a couple of stops, keep it close, and we'll beat you at the end.
Robert, appreciate it, buddy. We got 2 open lines right now here on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. I'm basically just going to go back and forth with Colton, take your calls and texts throughout the morning. Hey, we're brought to you by the Fence Man. Are you looking for a good fence, someone that you can call on and that's reliable and that can do, whether it's commercial or residential? Our guy Sean, he can do it all. He's got plenty of recommendations, plenty of people that he's worked for over the years that would say, man, glad I called the Fence Man. Free quote today. Go to thefencemanAR.com, thefencemanAR.com, or you can call Sean at 479-782-3936. The Fence Man, he ain't afraid of no work. Hog update coming up. We'll hear from Sam Pittman, Taylor Green, and you when we return on a Hot Take Monday.
Listen to every Razorback football game this season right here and hitthatline.com. Need a new fence but not ready to pay all at once? The Fence Man, serving Fort Smith for over 40 years, offers 18-month financing so you can secure your home or office now and pay over time. Free quotes, custom designs, and the expertise to accomplish what most can't. Call 479-782-3936 or visit thefencemanAR.com. The Fence Man, he ain't afraid of no work.
Hawk fans, this is Robert.
And this is Matt.
This is Elizabeth, and we want to introduce the newest member to the Man family, Raleigh.
Hello, 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 and we're with the Stadium Shop on Razorback.
Raleigh, you're not really new to the family or the Stadium Shop.
Yeah, I've been around a few years, and I can say it's awesome to be a part of the only family, alumni, and locally owned Razorback store in Arkansas.
You mean the largest Razorback store south of the North Pole.
And thank goodness we are the largest because we've been receiving so much new stuff lately, like the new Nike jerseys and sideline apparel, as well as your favorite brands like Champion, Tommy Bahama, and Cutter and Buck, and just way too much stuff to mention here.
Hey, Raleigh, what state's famous for their small drinks?
Raleigh don't.
Matt, I gotta try. What state is famous for the smallest drinks?
Minnesota.
See, I told you.
Yeah, his dad jokes are so legendary.
Anyway, stop by the store at 989 South Razorback Road next time you're in Fayetteville.
Or call us at 479-STADIUM. That's 479-782-3486.
Or shop the Googleator Facegram interweb page.
Dad, it's called a website, and it's shoponrazorback.com. Folks, it just does not get more Razorback than us.
Go Hogs!
Deep corner route, got a man wide open, complete. Jones at the 25, the 20, the 10. Touchdown, Arkansas, 62 yards.
This is the Morning Rush. Save up to $4,000 on select Buick Envisions at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The Buick Envision showcases inspired design with exclusive features in this 5-passenger SUV. Or drive the brand new Buick Envista, a stylish crossover for as low as $399 per month. These are limited time offers. Experience the new Buick at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith or online at harryrobinson.com.
Hungry for steak? TGI Fridays in Fort Smith is serving up the best hand-cut 14-ounce ribeyes, tender 8-ounce bacon-wrapped fillets, and massive loaded baked potatoes. It's the new steakhouse menu at TGI Fridays. And for football nights, Monday and Thursday, it's wings for just 50 cents each, all day long. Boneless or traditional with a 10-piece minimum. Bring the team, bring the fans. Big groups are welcome, and we're open till midnight on Friday and Saturday. TGI Fridays, steaks, wings, football, it's all here at TGI Fridays at 540 and Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith.
At Wave Rural Connect, our mission is to improve the quality of life in our communities. Across the River Valley of Arkansas and Oklahoma, residents and businesses are experiencing the difference of our high-speed internet. Wave Rural Connect Internet provides a reliable residential connection for streaming, gaming, remote work, and homeschooling. Our business solutions provide the speed, stability, and security that you need, whether you're a mom-and-pop flower shop or large business. Check availability online at signup.waveruralconnect.com or call 833-492-8372.
Dental emergencies do not wait, and neither should you. At Valley Urgent Dental, they're here for you on the weekends, whether it's a broken tooth, a painful infection, or a crown that's come loose. Dr. Kendall Roberts and Dr. Doug Terry are ready to help. Why wait till Monday? Call 479-235-5655 now. Valley Urgent Dental is located at 5505 Uper Lane behind Golden Corral in Fort Smith. Valley Urgent Dental, emergency dental care when you need it most.
Contractors, you've got jobs to win and customers to impress. That's why you choose Luxair HVAC systems, built for performance, efficiency, and reliability. And at J&B Supply, we've had your back since 1968. We're a local family-owned distributor that treats our customers like family too, with the products, expertise, and service you need to get the job done right. For over 50 years, HVAC and plumbing pros have trusted J&B Supply in Fort Smith, Springdale, and Bentonville. J&B Supply, where the professionals go.
Colorworks Paint and Body in Barling offers professional automotive painting, bodywork, and fabrication that is unsurpassed in talent and dedication. Owner Andy Harrod uses the latest in collision repair technology to ensure all damage is addressed, whether it's visible or hidden, and works with all insurance companies. Andy and his crew have the experience and commitment to give you complete trust in the repair of your vehicle, no matter the size of the job. Colorworks is located at 1206 4th Street in Barling, across from Dollar General, and is on Facebook, where you can check out their work.
Looking for the perfect gift that's personal and powerful? The Solid Rock has you covered. From custom laser engraved cutting boards and coasters to travel mugs and keepsakes. Each piece is made with care and personalized just for your special occasion, whether it's a wedding, birthday, anniversary, or just because. They help you give gifts that inspire, engraved with names, scriptures, or messages that honor Christ. Shop The Solid Rock, located next to Sam's Club on South 74th and Fort Smith. The Solid Rock, serving the River Valley for over 49 years.
The Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Online and on the air and now everywhere you go. Tune in to the greatest moments of Razorback sports with Chuck Barrett, Bo Mattingly, Tommy Kraft, Ty Richardson, Phil Elson, Matt Jones, and Ruskin and Zach with our Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Stay connected no matter where you go with the Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Download for free in the Apple app or Google Play stores. Just search Hit That Line Now. It's fueled by Taco Bell. Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
There's only one Razorback.
All the time we love the Razorbacks. Razorback fans, let's stand up and call those.
107 down.
This one belongs to the Razorbacks. Ball's on the ground, picked up by Colin. Alex has got room.
Everybody, woo big Philly.
This is your Hog Update on the Morning Rush. Brought to you by Mr. Sparky. Need a licensed electrician to service your home? For one of their local pros, call 888-8-SPARKY.
I think he's something has to be something to do with that hamstring again, Tom. Has to be, because he wasn't running like he normally does. Not at all.
It's really high on Xavier Sore in the offseason. Didn't have a great first game, had a really good second game. Unfortunately, against Memphis, had some missed tackles, some plays that he always seems to make as Arkansas's key linebacker. There was a play near the goal line when Brennan Lewis trucked him, and I think it was Larry Worth on the way to the end zone. There was a play on that 3rd and 2 that the running back housed it for Memphis. I felt like he had a play in the backfield that he missed a tackle, and there's one or two other plays. I wonder if there's something more to what he's dealing with, or that's hammy or something else, because that just does not look like the football player I saw in 2024.
No, Ty, his calling card is the fact that he's able to cover sideline to sideline as good as most defensive backs in the SEC. But the thing is that he doesn't look like that, and he hasn't looked like that since last season, I'm going to say, because in the Alabama A&M game, he looked a little slow. He got a little better in the Arkansas State game, I thought. But the past two games, what was supposed to be the strength of your defense and the linebacking core has looked lost and soft.
Yeah, and that's what's I think so discouraging for me is, listen, I love Travis Williams. I think he did a really good job for the most part in 2 years here. He doesn't have the talent that they have in Baton Rouge or or Athens or Tuscaloosa. And I feel like for the most part, and there's a game like Ole Miss every once in a while that isn't maximized, but this year it's really hard for me to look at positives. Quincy Rhodes might be the only one. Quincy Rhodes, I think, has 5 sacks now in the season, had 2 on Saturday, looks more healthy, and looks like the player that he was talked about in the offseason. But outside of that, you're not getting to the passer for the most part. And unfortunately, you just keep giving up points to, I mean, you'll face Carr this weekend. You've got another dual threat quarterback in Aguilar coming up. There's a lot of good quarterbacks left on your schedule, unfortunately, Colton.
Yeah, and I think pressure on the quarterback was a little bit better than we've seen this past Saturday. But Ty, the one thing that we didn't see was the fact that you weren't able to get that guy down. You didn't wrap him
over
up.
100
you didn't
yards.
take him to the ground, which that's inexcusable for this level of defense.
They had more tackles for loss. I think I got to go back and look. I think they ended up with 8 and a few sacks as well. But how many more could they have gotten against Memphis in this game this past Saturday? All right, we got a loaded call sheet, so that is your Hog update here on a Monday, brought to you by Mr. Sparky.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8
I'm going to do my best to rattle through these texts and also our YouTube, Facebook, X, and Twitch comments as well. Bailey's in Little Rock has phoned in here. Bailey, go ahead, man. You're on the Morning Rush.
Hey, guys. Just calling in. I don't want to harp too much on what, we talked about all last week after Yurichek's comment, but it does seem kind of poetic that, every AD and every head coach in the country has a scapegoat now, which is, we don't have the NIL money to compete. And then you go and get beat by a program in Memphis that shouldn't, doesn't have as much NIL money as you do. So
Exactly.
That seemed almost like great timing for that. But really wanted to, I like Sam Pittman. I think the comparison gets made a lot where people look at Sam Pittman with the same feeling that I had looking at Mike Anderson and the fact that you came in, you stabilized the program. We appreciate you, but not going to lead us to the promised land. So my question is, I wanted to get y'all's opinion. Obviously, we're not landing a Nick Saban. If we do move on from Pittman, we're not probably not landing John Gruden. We've been doing that for decades every time our coaching job comes open. Do we have
Powerhouse
enough
is
money?
closed now, too, Bailey.
Do what?
I said Powerhouse is closed now, too, unfortunately.
Oh, right. Do we have enough money to lure like a Kurt Signetti away from the Big Ten? Like that would be my pick. Obviously, if we had an empty,
they thrashed
a
Brett
blank
Bielema
check
this weekend. Jeez Louise.
Yeah. So he's looked good since he's been in the Big Ten, but just I don't know if y'all have time to talk about some like realistic names that would be, good fits here. I don't want to take up too much time. I know y'all got a lot of calls, so I'll hop off here and listen.
Bailey, to be honest, Bailey, I don't know what is realistic because I don't think the financial situation is great. Because we've talked about Arkansas's NIL relative to that. I don't know if a loss like this on Saturday would cause a certain booster or collection of boosters to say enough is enough. I don't know. A lot of this is just conjecture on my part. I haven't had Steve Cox or Ted Dickey or any of the other board of trustees call me and let me know some of what's going on. Mentioned earlier, there is a meeting this week, and the football program is something that's going to be discussed. I know people think that's the only thing that's going to be discussed, but it is something that is going to be discussed. Someone asked earlier if there would be a firing midseason. I don't know. There's a bye week after next week. I hope that doesn't happen because I just think your program, if there's a transition, if it happens, I would hope it would be towards the end of the year, and if they elect to go that way, that gives them more time to haven't gotten my. I don't know. I really don't.
30-day window if they fired the coach, and you're going to see the biggest mass exodus we'd ever seen.
Well, the note on that is, Colton, there's not really any roster spots open.
I mean that's true, but you're going to see if you fired the coach, you've essentially put the cap on the season, and I mean your players, you're not going to see as much. You'll see a similar amount of effort that you saw last weekend.
All right, Brennan, Rod, hang on. We've got one open phone line, Lewis Automotive Group hotline, 877-377-2299. 6963. We're brought to you by Farm Credit this morning. You can visit myaglender.com, or you can drop by one of the 25 locations across Arkansas if you're looking to spruce up your family home or you want to build a new one. They can help you at Farm Credit of Western Arkansas. One more time, visit myaglender.com. That's myaglender.com. Again, there's 25 locations across our state that they can help you at Farm Credit of Western Arkansas. We'll get into our Cart Pass Social Morning Rush Daily Question coming up, and again, get as many of these calls and texts as possible here on a Hot Take Monday of the Morning Rush.
Last segment, I promise you, it sounded like I walked into a barbershop and listened to two old men just go at it. That was great.
You're listening to the Morning Rush.
Need a new fence but not ready to pay all at once? The Fence Man, serving Fort Smith for over 40 years, offers 18-month financing so you can secure your home or office now and pay over time. Free quotes, custom designs, and the expertise to accomplish what most can't. Call 479-782-3936 or visit thefencemanAR.com. The Fence Man, he ain't afraid of no work.
Hog fans, this is Robert.
And this is Matt.
This is Elizabeth, and we want to introduce the newest member to the Man family, Raleigh.
Hello, 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 and we're with the Stadium Shop on Razorback.
Raleigh, you're not really new to the family or the Stadium Shop.
Yeah, I've been around a few years, and I can say it's awesome to be a part of the only family, alumni, and locally owned Razorback store in Arkansas.
You mean the largest Razorback store south of the North Pole.
And thank goodness we are the largest because we've been receiving so much new stuff lately, like the new Nike jerseys and sideline apparel, as well as your favorite brands like Champion, Tommy Bahama, and Cutter and Buck, and just way too much stuff to mention here.
Hey, Raleigh, what state's famous for their small drinks?
Raleigh don't.
Matt, I gotta try. What state is famous for the smallest drinks?
Minnesota.
See, I told you.
Yeah, his dad jokes are so legendary.
Anyway, stop by the store at 989 South Razorback Road next time you're in Fayetteville.
Or call us at 479 Stadium. That's 479-782-3486.
Or shop the Googleator Facegram interweb page.
Dad, it's called a website, and it's shoponrazorback.com. Folks, it just does not get more Razorback than us.
Go Hogs!
Green, gonna give it to Braylon, right side, cuts back between the hashes. Russell rugged to the end zone. Touchdown, Arkansas.
This is the Morning Rush.
It's time for the end of summer clearance at Rath Auto Resources. Right now, get a grand your way when you drive away in the road-ready certified pre-owned car of your choice. Inspected, reconditioned, and backed by a comprehensive warranty. Get an extra discount, extra for your trade, or buy that special someone a gift to make up for not talking to them about the new truck in the driveway. We got your back. $1,000 to use however you like. Just another reason why all the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath. Rath Auto Resources, 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith. RathAutoFortSmith.com.
Are you ready to indulge in an unforgettable fine dining experience? Then come join us at Uncorked, where every meal is a masterpiece, crafted with the finest ingredients to tantalize your taste buds. And with our extensive selection of cocktails, wine, craft beer, and bourbons, we've got something for everyone. So why not take a break from the ordinary and join us on Phoenix Avenue next to Sodi's? Come savor the moment with us at Uncorked, where every visit is a celebration.
The paint store in Van Buren is still the place to go to when doing the job right really matters. Our unique line of Richards paint products was chosen by me to perform for you. This is Sue, and my 35 years of experience ensures you get the right paint and the right color. That's important to you and me. Thank you for your support. Come see what I'm talking about. 1414 Fayetteville Road, the paint store, Van Buren.
All right. It's a beautiful day for football here at the stadium, and we're just about ready for kickoff. Score 0-0. And suddenly, I'm in the mood for a Coke Zero Sugar. Real Coke taste, zero sugar. Now that's a winning combo. Yeah, crisp, refreshing. That hits the spot. When it comes to great taste, Coke Zero Sugar's always on the scoreboard. Coke Zero Sugar. Real Coke taste, zero sugar.
Want pavement protection that goes the distance? Seal-Tite of Oklahoma now offers Rhino-Tite Premium Asphalt Emulsified Sealant, the next level in driveway and parking lot care. Healthier for the environment, Rhino-Tite delivers superior defense against weather, UV rays, and wear and tear. With its high solids content, you'll get a smoother, stronger, longer-lasting driving surface. Whether you're a do-it-yourselfer or a contractor buying in bulk, Seal-Tite has the products and support you need. Visit SealTiteOklahoma.com today and protect your pavement with Rhino-Tite.
At Arvest Bank, we believe small businesses are the backbone of communities. Whether you're just getting your business off the ground planning for future growth, or managing the day-to-day. We want you to thrive. That's why we help businesses of all kinds find their strength. Because everyone deserves a financial partner who cares. Arvest Bank. We believe.
Need a little extra cash? Go see Rusty at Golden Gym Pond, 310 West Center in Greenwood. Get the money you need with loans on jewelry, guns, tools, and electronics. If you're looking for a gift, they have a large selection of jewelry to choose from, and Rusty can take care of all jewelry repair. Stop by Golden Gym Pond today, 310 West Center in Greenwood, or call 996-2792. Open 9 to 5:30 Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, and 9 to 3 on Wednesday. Golden Gym Pond.
Hardee's Original Bag is back, now with even more full-size sandwiches. Choose any two. The new spicy chicken sandwich, hot ham and cheese, hand-breaded chicken tender wrap, or charbroiled double cheeseburger. Mix and match any two, with fries and a drink, just $6.99. Why settle for junior burgers? Get big savings on full-size goodness in Hardee's country. Download the app and join my rewards for special offers. These items only, tax not included. Price and participation may vary. See app for terms.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game.
ESPN 95.3.
Social Morning Rush Daily Question.
All right, you men. I'm going to ask you a question, and I want you to answer to the best of your ability.
It's going to be a quick answer to an incredibly terrible, long question.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Check out Nate and Kristen's place in Lowell online at carpathsocial.com.
I don't even know why I typed up a rundown today. It's like 10 pages, and there's really no use for it. All right, CarPass Social, Morning Rush Daily Question. Who had the worst weekend of any fan out there, any fan base? Was it the Auburn Tigers? Was it the Dallas Cowboys? Was us right here at home, Arkansas Razorback? There's a lot of NFL teams that lost heartbreakers yesterday. Who had the worst weekend of any fan base? College, NFL, maybe your WNBA team lost a heartbreaker. Who had the worst?
I gotta say, if you're one of those joint Razorback Cowboy fans, it was a weekend of misery because Dallas looked so bad. I mean, they let Caleb Williams, a guy that wears mismatched clothing, paints his fingernails, all that stuff, come in there and dog you. He threw for like 300 yards and 4 touchdowns. If you watch that game on Sunday afternoon, after watching the Razorbacks get beat on Saturday, rooting hard for both teams.
You had a rough weekend.
Rough weekend.
You as an individual had a rough weekend with your teams. And everything.
Man, it was a bad weekend of football in the Little household. So on Thursday night, the Dolphins absolutely, they pissed the bed again, as per typical Dolphins fashion. Then on Saturday, I'm waking up expecting Arkansas to get back on track with Memphis. They fumbled it away just like last week. Then on Sunday, kickers miss, including my brother-in-law, and the Falcons. That's not even his fault because it ended up being inconsequential because that offense is dog crap. They are garbage. Awful, awful, awful. To the point where they put Kirk Cousins back in. Oh, geez. So
Cody Lavacca said it was the Falcons because they lost 30-0.
Yeah, and on top of that, both of my fantasy teams lost too. So just not a good weekend of football. But man, if you're a Cowboys and a Razorback
Christian
fan,
laughed at that.
Bad.
I could hear him from the other room. Submithead said Cowboys are the Razorbacks of the NFL. Josh in Mountain View says the LA Rams. I know my buddy Jay said
that was a tough
awful
one.
weekend. Running back
and
in
the Jets
Benville,
too. The Jets they also lost. Fashion.
RB in Benville says here in Auburn fans of all people complain about SEC officiating is funny considering Auburn's got every 50-50 call to go their way the last few years. Clemson and Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State loses to Tulsa. Clemson gets beat by Syracuse.
Oh, the Fighting Illini fans too. They got housed by Signetti.
A lot of bad
63-10.
Dennis says if you're surprised as a Dallas fan, there's nothing else we can do for them. Hogwild says Illinois, nothing worse than being thumped by 50+ by Indiana. It's not basketball, it's football. But Signetti, he's a good college football coach. I think there's plenty of evidence to back that up. All right, that is your Cart Pass Social Morning Rush Daily Question. I know Christian and Nate were disappointed what happened this weekend. Hopefully Arkansas bounces back against Notre Dame. One of the guys they're doing right now, they partnered with Rogers Public Schools with the Dignity Closet Drive. They're helping promoting personal care, hygiene, and household essentials and get them to students to make sure they feel confident and supported. Diapers, sanitary products, coats, shoes, and more. That's what they're helping out with at Cart Pass Social. So here's the point. You swing by, you donate to Cart Pass Social, 122 Grant Place in Lowell, then you're going to be entered to win prizes from local businesses at the end of the month. They partner with local businesses and, again, the Rogers Public Schools. So swing by 122 Grant Place in Lowell. Christian and Nate would love to take your donations and help support the community at Cart Pass Social. Go to cartpasssocial.com. Thank you to the callers that have patiently waited through the break, including Rod, who's on I-40, about 20 minutes. Rod, go ahead, man. Rod, you there? All right, let's try Brennan this morning. Brennan, go ahead.
All right, fellas, how we doing?
Could be better. Yeah. Be better.
Yeah, feel you there. Your question of the day. Well, let me tell you, it's me, it's I, it's us, it's the Razorbacks and the Cowboys. It's awful. It's awful. In fact, what's the worst part about it is it's not like you get to see different football. No, you get to watch the same football. A good offense with a terrible defense. It's terrible. It's terrible. I look forward to football season from April until September every year, and then here we are reliving 2020 all over again. It's not great. Anyways, beside the point, I got a question for y'all that I want y'all to discuss, and that is if the AD, Hunter Yurchek, has the cojones, or if he doesn't get fired himself, to fire Sam sometime during this season, as Colton mentioned earlier, that there is a 30-day window that opens up. What do you think the best strategy is? Is the best strategy to get it over with and see who enters, because people are going to enter regardless? Or is the best way to wait towards the end and try to get your ducks in a row? I really, truly don't know what the best option is, but I would love to hear your take on it. And again, guys, it can't be worse than being a Dallas Cowboys fan and a Razorback fan.
Thanks, Brandon. The Florida job's going to come open. Billy Napier's going to get let go at some point this season. I'm guessing that Scott Strickland is now. Sam Pittman's not in a good position right now, but that seat is hotter in Gainesville than what is this in Fayetteville. And so if that's a route, if that's something that's being contemplated with the Board of Trustees, Hunter Yurchek, Chancellor Robinson, you have to think about not only your current position, current standing within the SEC, but other jobs that are coming open as well. I don't know what the best, like people ask me, what's the best move? What's the best route? I don't know, because I'm not getting paid that type of money. Yeah. Now, my personal opinion, a Mike Neighbors type of transition would be the best route for Arkansas football in the athletics program, where there's going to be, I said it earlier, I think there's going to be a transition at some point. I hope I'm wrong. I hope they win on Saturday. I hope they turn this thing around, but the evidence goes against that. And again, it's not one of those things where I enjoy playing tracking season or I enjoy coaching searches. I enjoy winning football teams. I enjoy watching Sam Pittman smile after the game because his team won a big-time game like they did a couple times in 2021. I say a couple more than that, but it is, regardless if people want to bring it to the table or not or advocate for it or not, I think, I could be wrong, but I think it's a discussion that people of note and that people could have an impact on are having right now. Let's go down to Malvern where Ken is this morning. Ken, go ahead, man. You're on the Morning Rush.
Hey, Ty, how you doing today?
I've been better, buddy. Good to hear from you.
Yeah, the first time calling, I just wanted to make aware. I'm frustrated with how when we have an offense, we never seem to have a defense, or vice versa. It seems like that's always a problem. We can't have both at the same time.
Yeah.
And also,
you would have loved to have that. No, Ken, I was going to say, even if you had that defense from last year, which was by no means great, this team, I think, is 4-0. But that's a woulda, coulda, shoulda,
Yeah, I'm just wondering, they said they simplified the play calling on defense. How much more simpler do they need to make it for them guys to understand? We keep getting beaten coverage and stuff like that. We keep getting receivers blowing past us. And then it seems like our linebackers and stuff are letting the running back come to them instead of them attacking them.
Ken, I just don't think you have an SEC quality defense. I think your offense is. I think we've seen it through 4 games. Now, Talon reverted back to a little bit of what he did in 2024, which was turnover mistakes, and fortunately Mike fumbled at the end of that game. But outside of Quincy Rhodes, I think a healthy Xavier Suarez is an all-SEC type of player. Cam Ball hasn't necessarily had the impact that I thought he would, and maybe he's got a big cast on his arm too, so I know he's gutting it out as well. You don't have any bona fide SEC players on that side of the football.
At this point, do you think they need to go to what Barry Odom had in like that 3-3-4 defense and see if that'll work better?
I think so. And Sam Pittman spoke of this the Ole Miss game. they've tried a bunch of different things. At some point, it's on the players to execute and actually get home, whether it's to a quarterback or not make the missed tackles. And that sounds like I'm putting the blame from Woodson and from Williams to the players themselves. But guys, they were in position to win that game defensively on Saturday. I mean, they had Lewis and they had some of the other running backs in the backfield, and they just didn't make the play. So 4 games in, I just think the reality of this situation, maybe I should have asked Sam Pittman this on Saturday. That's my fault. It's like, Coach, you just have to score 40-plus points to win a football game this year.
Right. Well, that's the thing. I think the offense is going to have to do that to make up for the defensive woes that we have. I mean, we got a bunch of, 2 or 3 stars basically on defense, or 3 and 4 stars. We don't have many 5 stars.
Yeah, I don't. Xavier Sori, Jaheim Singletary were 5 stars out of high school. As far as the rest of the roster is concerned, I don't know what that looks like composition-wise defensively. But, yeah, you don't have necessarily the talent that you want there. All right, let's go to Ryan, who's in Hot Springs this morning. Ryan, go ahead. You're on the Morning Rush.
Hey, buddy. Y'all asking about the fan base and stuff and how hard they got it. Well, think about this. Both Denver and Arkansas did exactly what they did the previous week and lost the exact same way. Of course, we had the 2 fumbles for Arkansas, and then Denver 2 weeks in a row has lost on a last-second field goal. So, got a little history repeating itself, and it's a pretty rough weekend for me. So, I'll leave it at that. I hope you'll have a great day and go Hogs.
Ryan, appreciate the call. I didn't watch the end of what happened in the Broncos game.
I mean,
he said it right there.
Another game-winning field goal for the Broncos.
Okay.
They're really trying to trust Bo Nix, and he's not come up as clutch as he needs to.
Okay. Well, plenty of, again, we got 3 open phone lines now here on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline if you want to jump in. I want to remind everyone some programming notes this week. We've got a loaded week ahead of us for not just the Morning Rush, but also across ESPN Arkansas as well. So the Morning Rush is going to be live at Richards Country Meat Market on Wednesday. We're going to be at Rally House on Thursday and Mock Legal Solutions on Friday. Excited about that. Halftime's going to be on location. You're going to have to remind me, Colton. Halftime's on location Thursday at Pinnacle Groves, and then Ruskin and Zach's going to be at the ESPN Experience on Thursday. So we've got loaded shows, loaded stuff going on this week for ESPN Arkansas as we get ready for the upcoming Notre Dame game. And as far as the ESPN Experience is concerned at Walmart, if you haven't seen this yet, at the Mall Avenue location in Fayetteville, it's awesome. Pat Bradley's going to be here this week. Corliss Williamson, Scotty Thurman, Coach Richardson are going to be there on Thursday. Pat Bradley's going to be there on Wednesday from 6 to 7, and coaching the guys are going to be there from 5 to 6:30. I know Tommy has gotten to hang out with Coach Richardson before, got a chance to hang out with him this past Monday. An awesome experience. They're really pulling out all the stops here at Walmart at the Mall Avenue location. Awesome ESPN Experience. Just check out what they've got going on. If you haven't kind of seen the direct to stream with customers and chance to make, like, you're sick of paying that high cable bill or whatever, maybe you just care about sports. Well, check this out. Again, they've got a bunch of different Razorbacks that have been a part of the ESPN Experience. Stacey Lewis, which was awesome. You've had plenty of former Coach Cal. There's been a lot of people that have been by the ESPN Experience. Again, it's at the Mall Avenue location, Sports Center desk. They're really cool, and Ruskin and Zach are going to be doing their show on Thursday as well.
Yeah,
so
I want my picture in front of that thing, man. It looks sick.
Yeah. All right, Melvin and Sheridan's, he's going to hang through the break. We're going to talk to Thomas Cole with Walker Brothers. Excited to get a little style and swagger. Anything style or swagger that we can pull from Arkansas? I guess your Braylon Russell is going to be one of yours.
Yeah,
right?
but I might change mine before that happens. I don't know.
We'll see. Well, we've got some other SEC stuff to get into, some wild outcomes this weekend that I wanted to discuss as well. Just a reminder, if you haven't already downloaded the Hit That Line Now app, powered by Taco Bell, on the way to Memphis this weekend when we got out of our typical ESPN Arkansas listening area, I was able to listen to Ruskin and Zach in halftime as well. Easy. You can listen to all of our content, watch all of our content on the Hit That Line Now app, powered by Taco Bell. When we come back, style and swagger, more of your calls, more of your texts. It's a Hot Take Monday edition of the Morning Rush. Stay with us.
Need a new fence but not ready to pay all at once? The Fence Man, serving Fort Smith for over 40 years, offers 18-month financing so you can secure your home or office now and pay over time. Free quotes, custom designs, and the expertise to accomplish what most can't. Call 479-782-3936 or visit thefencemanAR.com. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work.
Hog fans, this is Robert.
And this is Matt.
This is Elizabeth, and we want to introduce the newest member to the Mann family, Raleigh.
Hello, 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 and we're with the Stadium Shop on Razorback.
Raleigh, you're not really new to the family or the Stadium Shop.
Yeah, I've been around a few years, and I can say it's awesome to be a part of the only family, alumni, and locally owned Razorback store in Arkansas.
You mean the largest Razorback store south of the North Pole.
And thank goodness we are the largest because we've been receiving so much new stuff lately, like the new Nike jerseys and sideline apparel, as well as your favorite brands like Champion, Tommy Bahama, and Cutter and Buck, and just way too much stuff to mention here.
Hey, Raleigh, what state's famous for their small drinks?
Raleigh don't.
Matt, I gotta try. What state is famous for the smallest drinks?
Minnesota.
See, I told you.
Yeah, his dad jokes are so legendary.
Anyway, stop by the store at 989 South Razorback Road next time you're in Fayetteville.
Or call us at 479-STADIUM. That's 479-782-3486.
Or shop the Googleator Facegram interweb page.
Dad, it's called a website, and it's shoponrazorback.com. Folks, it just does not get more Razorback than us.
Go Hogs!
Do you feel that, Arkansas? The Lotto jackpot is now more than $1 million. Why should you care? Because this $1 million+ prize can only be won in Arkansas. There are 2 Lotto drawings every week, and the jackpot keeps growing until there's a winner. Join the fun and play Lotto today. A $2 ticket could change your life. Get yours in stores today. Call 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
This is the Morning Rush.
It's time for the end of summer clearance at Rath Auto Resources. Right now, get $1,000 your way when you drive away in the road-ready certified pre-owned car of your choice. Inspected, reconditioned, and backed by a comprehensive warranty. Get an extra discount, extra for your trade, or buy that special someone a gift to make up for not talking to them about the new truck in the driveway. We got your back. $1,000 to use however you like. Just another reason why all the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath. Rath Auto Resources, 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith, rathautofortsmith.com.
They say consistency is success. They weren't wrong. So how about grabbing a beer that's consistently smooth, consistently refreshing, and consistently light? You might just find that the road to success can be pretty enjoyable. Michelob Ultra, the perfect balance of taste and refreshment, and only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Freshen up your golf game at the Golf Nut. We've got the latest apparel and head covers from Pins and Aces, plus new shirts and shorts from Red Vanley. Ghost golf bags are here in Sunday bag, carry, and card 14 styles. Zero torque putters are the hottest thing on the greens. Check out our models from TaylorMade, Lab Golf, and Odyssey. For precision on every shot, we've got rangefinders from Blue Tees and Bushnell. Visit the Golf Nut, 5121 Towson Avenue in Fort Smith. Fort Smith's #1 golf shop since 1994.
Looking for a roofing company you can trust? Meet Three Ladies in a Roof. We're locally owned, certified, insured, and bonded roofing company. Three Ladies in a Roof can handle everything from start to finish with honesty, quality, and integrity. A hard-working company that knows roofing. Go with the crew that gets it done right. Three Ladies in a Roof stands behind their roof so you can stand under it. Call 501-658-3193. Three Ladies in a Roof, helping you with all your roofing needs. Ready to serve the River Valley.
Who can you trust to sell your home for the most money with the least amount of drama? You need a team of agents with decades of experience, commitment, and of course, tens of thousands in marketing. I'm talking about the Limbird team. Tara Limbird Real Estate Group has sold over $1 billion in real estate. Tara's team can give you a cash offer in 72 hours or use Tara's high-octane marketing to sell your home quite possibly for thousands over asking. Find out more at limbirdteam.com. LIMBIRD.
The Razorback Raffle is back. This raffle is a new and exciting way to support Razorback athletics, whether you're inside Razorback Stadium or calling the Hogs anywhere in the great state of Arkansas. Our inaugural raffle jackpots grew to nearly $500,000 last spring. Now you can be our next big winner, even if you're not in the stadium. Get your raffle ticket purchased to have a chance to win big right now at RazorbackRaffle.com.
Do you need closure on your garage? Call Grit Garage Doors. Whether it's a new door, a squeaky closing sound, a broken spring, or just off track, Grit is who you can trust. Call Grit. There's no door Grit can't close. Local team, local service with honesty and integrity. Call Grit Garage Doors. 479-430-3667. That's 479-430-DOOR. Grit is who you can trust.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, we will see a chance of showers and storms. Our high temperatures this afternoon will be in the low to mid 80s. Tonight, chance of showers and storms. And overnight low will drop down in the mid to upper 60s. Tuesday, showers, occasional thunderstorms are high on Tuesday near 75. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
Listen to every Razorback football game this season right here on ESPN 95.3 and hitthatline.com. From the Bushlight Studios, this is ESPN 95.3, KERX Paris, Fort Smith.
Are you sure this is legal? I don't know. It's fun though, isn't it?
Our defense was just, to me, it looked like a couple times we give up on the play. We're a little bit lazy, lackadaisical on defense.
And Taylor, I like Taylor. He I mean, they talking about him on ESPN and everything, but you cannot freaking force the football. You cannot do that.
When is enough enough? I found the best thing to soothe the loss is a little purple sunset. Little 26%. Boy, that just eases it down.
The main problem, Colton and Matt, this team, these players do not know how to win.
It's been so close. From the Bushlight Studios. With Ty Richardson and Tommy Kraft. And produced by Colton Little. This is The Morning Rush.
I know it's killing Tommy that he's not here this morning. Tommy, by the way, just people asking, why is Tommy taking all this vacation? A lot of times when Tommy's gone, he's doing something work-related. He's sacrificing things that he would like to be doing, like this show, for example, and doing things for the betterment of our radio stations, hitthatline.com, Hit That Line Now app, and all of us. So we appreciate everything he does for us, but just want to, I didn't mention that in the first hour.
He's not just playing 18.
Yeah, I wanted to clarify that. Got some text earlier. Want to get to Melvin and Sheridan's up. We're gonna do a little style and swagger coming up. Did get an email. The Razorback raffle is back. The jackpot's over $45,000 right now. So play so that you can support Razorback athletics, whether you're inside Razorback Stadium or anywhere in Arkansas. Going to be 18 or older. They're going to be doing this once again this Saturday, fourth quarter. They're going to announce who's going to win. Go to RazorbackRaffle.com. Razorback Raffle if you want a chance to win the jackpot for this Saturday. Again, it will be announced at the end of the third quarter prior to the Notre Dame game. And hoping for a good crowd. I don't want to see a lot of green and blue. I don't want to see a bunch of Zach Arnses in the house on Saturday. I think a lot of people either bought season tickets or bought single game tickets for this game. So hopefully we'll see a lot of red. Honestly, Cole, didn't see as much red in Memphis as I thought I would.
A lot of blue in that stadium.
Yeah.
It looked like there were a big Memphis contingent there, and rightfully so, because we haven't done this yet, but credit to Memphis. That's probably going to be one of the teams then in the group of five that's vying for the playoff spot in that last playoff spot, and Silverfield's got it going, and they've got a lot of people, a lot of support behind him. And yeah, you mentioned it, Tulane got waxed by Ole Miss.
Ole Miss, shambless, back-to-back good weekends. Lane might have a quarterback controversy on his hand. Melvin's in Sheridan this morning here on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. Melvin, fire away this morning, buddy.
Well, I'm glad you said fire away. I got 3 questions for you real quick, Ty.
All right, buddy.
Did the car make it back home?
The car made it back home. So listen to this, buddy. So the tension belt was busted, and the guy told me that I could wait to get back to Arkansas and fix it, but I was a little worried, so I didn't. And then my car battery died yesterday, so Big C had to give me a jump. So
time for a new one.
We've had to cut. No, it's not. Lily's fine, even though she's got 191,000 miles on her. But we're back safe and sound, buddy.
Awesome. Next question. Do you remember our conversation Saturday? I told you that Saracen had that game 32-31 Memphis.
That you had that game?
No, that Saracen. I ain't taking credit for it, but I told you Saracen's computer had that game, and your partner, I get them mixed up, said, no. Well,
Yeah, Zach
Stranger things happen.
Zach had
Sorry.
them win. Yeah, I do remember actually. Zach had them winning. Sorry, I was a little sleep deprived. I really actually didn't go to Beale Street either night. I was so depressed. But yeah, I actually, now that you bring it up, me and Zach did Arkansas game day. Did from the Liberty Bowl. I do remember you bringing that up. So they were they were spot on.
Next
Unfortunately.
question. Last question. When's Gruden going to be hired and Bobby be his offensive coordinator? Is that going to happen? Can you make it happen, Ty? Can you make that happen?
And that's the thing, Melvin. I don't know why people think that I make those decisions. I
don't think you
Okay,
do.
good.
I'm just pulling that. I'm messing with you. If you can do anything, make the sunshine down there so we can play golf.
Yeah, it was raining a lot. Thunder woke me up last night. I didn't sleep much at all, but I don't know. Okay, so that is a question that's going to be asked and talked about all week. That question's going to be asked even more and whatnot if they lose to Notre Dame this weekend. I personally hope they don't lose. I hope they come out and win one of these one-score games, which is what I think it's headed for this week. But I don't even know what an actual candidate would even look like. Before the season, I was like, I don't even want to entertain that conversation because we haven't even given this team a chance. Well, we've gave them a chance. Unfortunately, they're 2-2, and it's a conversation that's being had. The question now becomes: is this a conversation being had behind people not like myself, but
the movers and shakers,
the movers and shakers that have a district? My guess is yes. I with no inside knowledge whatsoever. I've read things, I've read reports, I've read various things, and I don't know. I'm not the breaking news guy. I just react to the news as we like to say. All right, well, we're going to react to the weekend with our buddy Thomas Cole, a little style and swagger as we get it rolling here on the Morning Rush.
Because if you look good, you feel good. If you feel good, you perform good. If you perform good, what comes next?
That guy, that's Mitch. He's got style.
You gotta know how to style. Woo! And profile. Yeah, the swagger's back.
It's time for Style and Swagger, presented by Walker Brothers. Fine menswear and trusted service. Because when you look good, you feel good. And when you feel good, you play good. Your life, your style, your store.
You know, Thomas, I was really hoping that I could have some style and swagger from the Arkansas game this weekend. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that, man. Good morning. I know you're busy on a Monday, so we appreciate you making some time for us.
Always, Ty. Glad to be on here, man. I wish this rain would stop so I could see your style on the golf course. I'm ready for that.
I know, man. We gotta figure it out at some point. Well, Colton, I'll let you start. I know one of the things, and Thomas is going to do it with us as well. We'll give our style. We'll give our swagger, and then we'll give neither. Mine's going to be Arch Manning for neither. Colton, I'll let you start, man. What was your style from the weekend?
A little bit of style from the weekend. They had the throwback broadcast and lots of throwback uniforms in the NFL yesterday. They should do this annually, but one of the best things was they did the NFL Today on CBS throwback. It was beautiful.
You are looking live at U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. It's a battle of backup quarterbacks. Jake Browning for the Bengals, Carson Wentz for the Vikings. Both teams hoping they can deliver.
Bringing Brent Musburger back. You talk with Jim Nance. The guys had different hairdos and wigs and facial hair. It was I think CBS did a pretty good job.
Yeah, and they had a bunch of teams, Ty, that also wore those classic kind of throwback uniforms as well, and I thought that was great. Some of these teams,
Bucks.
specifically the ones in South Florida, need to just go back to their classic look. The Jags, the Dolphins, the Bucks, those looked so good, and it was a nice little touch and a good little 50-year reminder of how long NFL Today has been revolutionizing the way that football was broadcasted on TV.
I will give my style of the weekend, Thomas, to Fran Brown in Syracuse, who went into Death Valley and defeated the Clemson Tigers, really dominated them for much of that football game. And now Dabo and company sit at 1-3. He's angry. He's emotional, as he should be. I know there were some things said last week in the press conference, but my style from the weekend, Thomas, is Fran Brown and the Syracuse Orangemen getting a big-time win this weekend.
I like that. I thought they'd come out of the rain delay with a little more style, but they did not. And so I like your pick right there. My style, I'll go with broadcasting still. Old Tom Brady, just looking sharp, dialed in, a little three-piece suit with the vest, looking good. The guy's always got style on the field and off the field.
Did you guys supply him with that suit, man? Did y'all supply him with the 3-piece? Did he get a package to his house?
If he would have asked, I probably would have done it.
I would say that him giving you a shout out would be something worthwhile. Yeah, he always. What's wild, Thomas? You look at his transformation from when he was a senior at Michigan to where he is now. Obviously, his facial because of TB12, he looks completely different. But he likes to have a little style when he whether it's not playing football and just his playing days and always dressing up and going to various events or nowadays obviously where he's in broadcasting, he's on television all the time. He's definitely got some style about him. There's no question.
I was at the Orange Bowl game with the Hogs playing them, and he had a little style against us that game too.
Yeah, that was a rough one.
Tough.
All right,
Yeah.
my swagger from the weekend, it's the Oklahoma defense.
Stitch for Hugh Freeze and the Tigers on 4th and 29. Throw a Hail Mary towards Cam Coleman. He goes down to safety. On the 10th sack of Fanning ending
10 sacks against the ex-girlfriend, Jackson Arnold. I mean, he just got eaten alive all game long. Oklahoma's for real. Mateer with another game-winning drive, essentially. Go ahead. And Oklahoma is going to have a titanic matchup coming up with Texas here shortly. That's October 11th. At the same time, Arkansas will play Tennessee. But that defense, man, Venables just basically
That's
said,
the Venables way.
yeah, it's like, I'll handle the defense. Who's the state offensive coordinator that they hired? I'm blanking on his name,
I don't
but
remember,
they
but he
brought
was
in
flipping off the
Mateer.
refs.
Yeah, they brought in Mateer. They bring in him and that offense. And I hate, again, I don't love, but I mean, they play with the swagger. So I got to give it to that Oklahoma defense, Colton.
Yeah, and you mentioned Jackson Arnold right there. You still wish you were him. That clip was hilarious. Him walking
Yeah.
off the field, he looked pretty.
Did you hear that, Thomas? You hear that? Did you see that clip?
That's my not style guy, is
We'll get
Jackson
to
Arnold, and that exact quote.
We'll get to that.
Like, imagine, I know that, listen, revenge was on the mind of him and the Auburn players considering he left Norman what he said after last year. But imagine, like, walking off the field. I couldn't even contemplate saying that. But, listen, quarterbacks, 5-star quarterbacks are just a different breed, man.
Different breed.
Weird.
Wish you were me.
Oh, man. All right, Colton, what is your swagger from the weekend?
Well, we don't need to put his face on a milk carton quite yet, but in the second half, or in the first half, we did see something that you love to see as an Arkansas Razorback fan, running the ball downhill in number 0. Braylon Russell was running with some swagger. He is a bad dude with the ball in his hands.
They're going to operate with a single setback. Green's under center. Braylon Russell's the tailback. They toss it left side. Russell's got some room across the 30, first down at the 35, across the 40, and they'll upend him out across the 45 at the 46-yard line. How about 23 yards, nearly 24 on first down?
Man, he's an absolute bowling ball. And not just that, he's also able to fit through the tackles, tight gaps from the line of scrimmage with a little bit of wiggle room. And mine neither. I'll go ahead and get into this, Ty. He only had 5 touches all day. You've got to feed your workhorses. You've got to let the guys that can impose their will with their physical style of play get a few more touches to milk that clock and run that ball down. I know that went with Mike Washington, who was the hot hand on that final drive, but boy, you'd love to see number 0 get a few more touches in crunch time.
All right, you mentioned your neither. Thomas was Jackson Arnold, who it was just he played okay.
Mm-hmm.
Auburn did not get any benefit of calls in that game, but I'll go back to what you said earlier. Just to say that after a loss, I realize emotions are high, but still, I would think Hugh Freeze is like, hey man, there's always going to be a camera on you. Maybe it's best you don't say that next loss we suffer this fall.
Oh yeah. Well, my swagger guy is I'm going to go a Vanderbilt quarterback, Diego Pavia. And his future date with Tate McRae. I know it wasn't a marquee win for him, but man, that guy, I thought he was a blowhard last year, but he's backing it up this year. 4-0, looks amazing. He's got some swagger.
He'll throw a block too. He's got some real moxie.
He was also in a three-peat suit, Thomas, at SEC Media Days. I think he was the only guy in a tux, if I remember that right, quarterback for SEC Media Days. They got Utah State and Vanderbilt this weekend. Then they go to Tuscaloosa. Now, Alabama's got Georgia this weekend. I don't think they're even contemplating Vanderbilt right now. But wouldn't that be wild if he beat Alabama back-to-back years, and especially to do it next weekend in Bryant-Denny Stadium?
Oh, he's going to have some moxie that game. I cannot wait for that. He's going up against my buddy Kane Womack, their defensive coordinator, a Fayetteville kid. And so I don't want that for Kane, but also he's pretty good.
Oh, speaking of FHS, saw Isaiah Satania, a big part of that weekend for Oklahoma, had that touchdown. He got away with a fumble. I'm shocked that they called that back, but he had a big weekend for Oklahoma when it comes to the Purple Dogs. All right, my neither from the weekend. We've done our style, we've done our swagger. Thomas and Colton have given their neither. Arch Manning, the touchdown he had against Sam Houston State. Arch has and I'll give him this. Arch has been one of the least cocky kids that I've listened to talk, because he's mentioning, I haven't done anything. It's just my uncle, my uncles and my grandpa, and like it's the name, it comes with it. And I feel like he has been like shying away from that spotlight. But he scores against, for those that haven't watched the play, he scores against Sam Houston State, runs over a cornerback or a safety or whatever, and then like stands over him. I don't understand. There wasn't a flag thrown, was there, Colton?
No, but they gave him the Tyronn Lue step over too. And
it didn't make a lot of sense. He's not played well this season. We'll see how he plays. They've got a bye this week before they travel to take on Billy Napier and Gainesville and Florida the following week in Gainesville. But definitely my neither from the weekend is Arch Manning. Really, LSU and Texas have not lived up to what they were expected to be offensively. Their defenses have kept them in it. But that's Style and Swagger. It's brought to you by Walker Brothers. Thomas, I know people are going to want to look fresh this weekend. Big game, finally back at home against Notre Dame and Fayetteville, and I know you can always help them out at Walker Brothers in both Rogers and in Fayetteville.
We will be here ready to roll. We'll bring the hope this weekend. I can promise you. We'll make you look good and feel good, and there will be hope here. I can promise you that.
I don't know if I told you the story. I was in Oxford just walking around the library, not the where the books are housed, but a bar in Oxford, Mississippi, and I had the polo that you and Matt hooked me up with, and I had an Arkansas fan that tapped me on the shoulders like, "Man, I'm sporting that tomorrow. Where'd you get it?" And I was like, "Where do you think I got it?" I said, Walker Brothers. He's awesome. Like, so I thought that was a cool interaction from the Oxford weekend a couple weekends ago.
I love that. Well, we appreciate you guys, and thanks for letting me jump on this morning.
Yeah. That's Style and Swagger, brought to you by Walker Brothers and Bowman's, our buddy Thomas Cole, who always brings it. If you need, again, a refresher, you need to refine your closet, he's the guy to come see. Thomas, have a good rest of your week. Hopefully they bounce back against Notre Dame on Saturday, bud.
All right, guys, go Hogs.
That's Thomas Cole. Again, Purple Dog, Arkansas Razorback, and when it comes to style, no one does it better than Walker Brothers. All right, we've got our SEC update to get to. Chris Lowe, On 3. I'm so used to saying ESPN. He now works for On 3. He has reported who the upcoming permanent opponents are for the Arkansas Razorbacks and other SEC teams. We'll tell you who it is when we come back.
Find us on 99.5 in Northwest Arkansas, 95.3 in Fort Smith in the River Valley, 96.3 in Hot Springs in Central Arkansas, 104.3 in Harrison and Mountain Home, 97.1 in Camden and South Arkansas, and everywhere on hitthatline.com.
New Beyond Raw Lit V2 pre-workout. GNC's #1 pre-workout. Now with harder hitting energy, an intense mind-body connection, and enhanced endurance support. This isn't just pre-workout, it's precision engineering for your body. Turbocharge your workout with new Beyond Raw Lit V2. Available now at GNC and GNC.com.
Tough week last week. He's right in the middle of the field. High snap. Bale brings it down. Starzik's kick is on the way. Plenty of distance, and it's good.
This is the Morning Rush.
Summer is finally here, and so are the road trips that you've had planned. That's why it's time to visit us at Southern Tire Mart. Southern Tire Mart's expert service, competitive pricing, and top quality tires will ensure your vehicle is ready for all your summer adventures. Visit us in Fort Smith at 9700 Highway 271 and let us ensure your vehicle is prepared for the summer. Southern Tire Mart is a proud dealer of Yokohama tires. Southern Tire Mart. We keep America rolling.
Doe's Eat Place has been serving award-winning steaks for over 20 years, and now they're offering smoked prime rib on the weekends. It's a limited supply, so get your reservations in early. Try one of their delicious appetizers or your choice of drinks from the area's largest selection of wine, beer, and liquor. Doe's Eat Place open Tuesday through Thursday 5 to 9 and Friday and Saturday 5 till 10. Reservations are recommended. Follow them on Facebook for more upcoming features and events. Call 479-784-9111 for Doe's Eat Place, 422 North 3rd Street in Fort Smith.
Budweiser, the American lager. A time-honored recipe
True to our original process, brewed using the choicest hops, rice, and best barley malt, delivering great quality beer since 1876. Budweiser. This Bud's for you. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2024 Anheuser-Busch Budweiser Lager Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Hey drivers, got a reefer on the fritz or a trailer that needs some TLC? Roll into High Tech Truck Refrigeration Service in Van Buren, your one-stop, full-service, semi-truck and trailer repair facility, proudly serving you for over 30 years. At High Tech Truck, they do it all: DOTs, preventative maintenance, structural repairs, and expert reefer service. Fast, reliable, and driver approved. Call High Tech Truck today at 479-474-2220. Keep your wheels and your freight moving. High Tech Truck, proud sponsors of Arkansas football.
COP CDL Academy is a licensed Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration that provides the federal required training to obtain both Class A and Class B CDL licenses. Our program provides assistance with employment after graduation. We have finance and grant options available. Students straight out of class have started new careers earning $70,000 to $140,000 per year, and training is provided for all 50 states. Call today, 479-632-1050. COP CDL Academy.
Here's to you and yours from the friendly folks at In Good Spirits, your upscale liquor store in Fort Smith. At In Good Spirits, they've got what your taste buds are craving, including flavorful wines from around the world, scrumptious brandies and liqueurs, tempting whiskeys and beers, and fine cigars. Treat yourself to the best as you listen to the game. Check out In Good Spirits, 12100 Highway 71 South, across from Riley Farms in Fort Smith.
Save up to $4,000 on select Buick Envisions at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The Buick Envision showcases inspired design with exclusive features in this 5-passenger SUV. Or drive the brand new Buick Envista, a stylish crossover for as low as $399 per month. These are limited time offers. Experience the new Buick at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith or online at harryrobinson.com.
The Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Online and on the air and now everywhere you go. Tune in to the greatest moments of Razorback sports with Chuck Barrett, Bo Mattingly, Tommy Kraft, Ty Richardson, Phil Elson, Matt Jones, and Ruskin and Zach with our Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Stay connected no matter where you go with the Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Download for free in the Apple app or Google Play stores. Just search Hit That Line Now. It's fueled by Taco Bell.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
The SEC is the best conference in America.
The tough will survive in this game, and I feel like the SEC is the toughest.
Arkansas is the SEC champion.
You know, every game is a dogfight.
We're about to be tough there is.
Week in and week out, you're going to play some of the best, the biggest, the fastest.
The Hawks have finally it's the first SEC tournament championship for Arkansas.
Where opponents' dreams come to die.
This is your SEC update on the Morning Rush.
Chris Lowe has been covering college football for a long time. He breaks stuff, whether it's coachings, hirings, firings, and apparently he's broken the annual opponents for the SEC, which is set to appear tomorrow night, but he got the scoop on the information. According to Chris Lowe, Arkansas's permanent opponents will be, as expected, Missouri. You kind of wondered about what the other two were. And actually, kind of what I thought. Texas and LSU are going to be Arkansas's permanent opponents. You got an old Southwest Conference rival. You got a new SEC rival. I say new. You've been playing them since, at least in the SEC regularly, since 92. So the battle for the Golden Boot, you'll get to play your arch rival in the Texas Longhorns and then the new one in Missouri. Now, that's Arkansas's permanent opponents. Colton, as you look at this graphic that On3 has put out, the one that surprised me, Ole Miss is going to be playing Oklahoma every year. You mentioned Georgia's got Auburn, Florida, and South Carolina. That's one. Alabama, closest proximity, Mississippi State, like Tommy was talking about. They've also got Auburn and Tennessee each and every year. Missouri's going to play A&M, Oklahoma, and Arkansas each season. Any Anything stand out in the permanent opponents that have been broken by Chris Lowe?
Everybody's biggest rival did get protected, which is, I think, what they were going for. But at the end of the day, I do think that because they're going to be rotating out all these teams, you're still going to see Ole Miss on a pretty frequent basis. You'll still see a team like Tennessee
every third
as
and
well.
fourth year.
Yeah, you'll still see some of these teams. I'm actually pretty pleased with this. I would have maybe liked to see Ole Miss in there because all those games are always really exciting, but you really can't say that you were going to swap out any of the Razorbacks' permanent opponents for Ole Miss because, I mean, there is the trophy game that they've constructed with Missouri. I do like the fact that you're hanging on to that Southwest Conference tradition with Texas. And then for me, when I was coming up in my, in my youth, LSU was your biggest rival. So that's nice to see that protected as well. But a couple of teams got off a little bit easier. Georgia takes Auburn, Florida, and South Carolina. All three of those teams are kind of in a little bit of a interesting situation right now. So the rich get richer from that regard, but I think for the most part, Ty, everybody's major rival was protected.
Tennessee, as we'll talk with Bruce Dan tomorrow, we expected Alabama and then Kentucky and Vanderbilt.
Yeah.
That would be the one that would be of any permanent opponent that was divvied out. That's the one I think is the easiest.
Yeah.
And that listen, Tennessee has that luxury and got to give them credit for that. All right, other news in your SEC update. So Florida lost again this weekend. We saw that play out. The defense actually played pretty good for the Gators, and Billy Napier just wasn't enough for them to get it done in Miami this past weekend. Other notable games this weekend: Missouri Tigers held on against South Carolina. Admirable effort from Lenore Sellers,
Yeah.
but 29-20 the final there. See, it was the Florida game was 26-7. Vanderbilt, like Thomas was talking about earlier, Diego Pavia went scorched her 70-21 in that game. Mississippi State won again. Oklahoma, big win over Jackson Arnold, 24-17. Tulane got smashed by Ole Miss, and then Tennessee took care of business against UAB this weekend.
That Mississippi State and Vanderbilt dynamic of those two having a lot of success, that definitely stings right now because those are two programs that since you've been in the SEC, you'd figure that you are better than, and they've hired coaches more recently than you have, and they found themselves in the top 25. We got a text about that earlier, and that hurts a little bit. But you mentioned Florida. I saw this tweet on the timeline yesterday. If you took Florida's first half defense and Arkansas's first half offense and put them on the same team, that's probably a playoff contending team. The Florida Razor Gators, and I would love to see that.
All right, that is your SEC update this morning. It's brought to you by Oaklawn Sports. You can download it in the Apple App Store or the Google Play Store. Football's here, NFL, college football. There's WNBA coming on. And new customers can earn up to $1,000 in bonus bets with Oaklawn Sports. Once you deposit, you'll automatically be enrolled in the promotion. You're going to receive a second chance on your first bet in your first 10 days for up to $100 in bonus bets per day. Download the Oaklawn Sports app to check out all the details. A 10% profit boost to new and existing customers. You can bet futures, outright winners, spreads, totals, player props, and more. Not just for football, baseball, golf, soccer, tennis. You name it, they can do it. It's easy to fund your Oaklawn Sports app. ACH Bank Transfer, debit, credit cards, PayPal, Apple Pay, Venmo. It's the Oaklawn Sports app, which you can always get at the Oaklawn Sportsbook as well. You can always do the on-site cash option at the Oaklawn Sportsbook. That's Oaklawn Sports, Arkansas's best sports betting app. Back to the Lewis Automotive Group hotline where Steve's called in for Berryville. Steve, you were on the morning rush, man. Go ahead.
Hey, I'll be brief. I've got to put a compress on my tongue from biting it so much and having the blood run down my throat. But I don't have to be politically correct. I know y'all are much kinder people than I am, but these players now are probably closer to pros than amateurs. And if you played like they played in the pros, you wouldn't play very long. And if you say, well, we really can't do anything about it, if you tell a player, well, my friend, you're going to sit down and try to get an NIL contract next year, I've never seen such lack of effort and poor tackling from it since I've watched the last junior high game. It's absolutely abysmal, and nobody will say it. And the NIL contracts, I don't know what they look for on players. Maybe they weigh them and give them money that way. That 390-pound guy, he couldn't catch my grandma, and they're terrible. And just say it. I don't know what our criteria are to offer these guys contracts, but somebody needs to say, I would rather play a guy that gives full effort and misses a tackle than a guy that's getting paid $400,000 a year and missing a tackle. And it's across the board. I don't know all the players' names. 97 number 10, number 3, they go out of their way not to bump into people, and there's 22 people on the field. It's shocking, and I've talked to a lot of players just to make sure I'm not being old and cranky, and we all see the same thing. So you can comment, or you can tell me to shut up, or you can cut me off, but anyway.
No, Steve,
I'm with you, Steve.
I think to your point, so defensively, there's a couple sequences that stood out to me on that game. So I think Xavier Sorey's playing hurt based on what Sam Pittman said after the game. He missed that 3rd and 2 long run that Memphis had in the second half. I mean, I don't know what Larry Worth was doing as a safety. It looked like he just kind of ran up to a blocker and then didn't even try and attempt to make a tackle on the running back. They missed so many tackles, and the effort you're talking about. I mean, I think the biggest effort is one of the final plays of the game.
Arrington Maiden has checked in. He's going to run an option on 3rd down. He'll get it out across the 10. He's continuing to carry tacklers, and he's got the first down. Are you kidding me? They push the pile out across the 20-yard line. It's a first down. Arkansas is going to have to spend its last time out. They brought their backup quarterback, Arrington Maiden, in. He ran an option. They had him stood up about 4 yards before the marker, and they just pushed the pile all the way out to the 20-yard line.
I mean, that was, when you mention effort, Steve, that's the play that you look at as an Arkansas fan where you got him wrapped up, 4 or 5 yards behind the chains. You got a backup quarterback that drags your butt like 10 yards. Yeah,
How does a quarterback drag guys that weigh 300-plus pounds, multiple ones? I'm oh my God! And I played offense, but I can remember defensive coaches yelling, "Get your helmet on the outside leg." You played high school football. I'm sure you heard the same thing. It's absolutely astonishing how poor they played. It's almost. I'm ranting. I know, and I apologize for that. But
That's what this is
shocking.
For.
These are Division I football players getting paid. Mm-hmm. They could care less. It's astonishing to me, and I don't know how they continue on the field. If I was a coach, and I'm tired about hearing about T. Will and what a savant he is, but I'm saying, I'm sorry, buddy, I can't play you. I'm going to play this walk-on over here who at least give me effort. A kid that plays at Farmington, I'm going to play him because we can miss tackles with him, and hold them accountable. I know it's harder now to hold people accountable. Coaches can't be the disciplinarians that they used to be.
Yeah.
But anyway, if I had done that with Holtz, or God forbid, Petrino, I've heard a lot of players that played for him say he was a real beast. I just don't know how the guys get away with it.
Well,
and,
so you presented the pro aspect earlier, Steve, and I think you're on. So you know how some professional athletes, like because they're paid a certain amount of money, they stay on the field even though a kid behind them might be better. And I say a kid; these are grown men in the National Football League or the NBA and everyone else. They're like the thought process is, well, we're paying this guy, so we need to play him. And I think that is, and it's not just what's going on in Fayetteville, but it's across college athletics. It's like, well, we've got a certain amount of investment in this young man or this young lady, and so we feel like we have to play him. That's not necessarily right or wrong. I'm just telling you what was told to me by a booster that is in the know on this, and it was like, yeah, this is not just happening here in Razorback Stadium. It's happening all over the country because of that professional process and really the shape of college athletics that you were referring to earlier.
Well, after the first couple of games, you got an idea whether that guy can play or not, or whether he will play or not. And if that booster says we paid him, we got to play him, well, that booster's an idiot.
Steve, I appreciate you. You're always welcome to jump on here and give us your thoughts. That's
well, and I hope people don't hate me too much, but no. I've got to go staunch the blood flow down my throat from biting my tongue. And I'll let y'all get back to your program. Y'all do a good job.
Thanks, Steve. Appreciate you staying within FCC guidelines. To Rogers we go, where Justin's waiting here on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. Justin, fire away, man.
Hey, guys. I just was able to tune in before that last caller. Totally agree with everything he said. And I hope you guys haven't already had somebody ask this question this morning, but I just want to know after the performance Saturday, I talked to people at church and friends and family that all are alumni, and it's just, I mean, it's to the point. I've lived in Arkansas my entire life, and it's to the point it's just downright embarrassing. I hated the fact that we were on a national channel for everybody to see how pathetic that was. And after that performance, I'm wondering, in your opinion, is Juracek going to have the guts to stand up and fire Sam? Like, he's not a coach. He's the problem. Like, if your special teams suck, if your defense sucks, and the only thing keeping you in any games is your offense, hell, I don't agree with everything our offensive coordinator might have in his personal life, but the guy knows how to win ball games. I don't care who they get, but I mean, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing with the same result time after time after time, year after year after year. We have Sam and we suck. So is Juracek going to have the guts to fire this guy or no? And I'm just going to, if you guys can, I'm going to stay on the line and listen because I'm in the doctor's office.
Oh, man. What are you dealing with, Justin?
Oh, just eyes.
Okay.
Eye appointment.
All right. Well,
getting old, man. Need some glasses.
Well, hopefully it goes okay. I've actually got my eye appointment next week. So just a point of clarification, Hunter Juracek's going to do what the Board of Trustees tell him to do.
Exactly.
And they've got a meeting, and football is going to be discussed and on the table and everything else. Now, you bring up Bobby Petrino, which is an interesting tentacle to this whole thing, based on what Brandon Marcello, 24/7 Sports, and college football writer for CBS had to say on a podcast this weekend. I want y'all to listen to this. And Brandon's a pretty credible guy. He's been around a while. He's broken a thing or two. And just take a listen to this and tell me what y'all think.
A year ago, I'll say this. There was a lot of reluctance about Bobby Petrino taking over as interim head coach if that opportunity came to be, if Sam Pittman was fired. I was told even at the time that Travis Williams, the defensive coordinator, would most likely be the interim coach. Fast forward to now, the weakness of that team is by far the defense. There's a lot more push for maybe Petrino should be the interim head coach. And I will tell you, from people I've spoken to, Bobby Petrino's been working them phones, baby. He's been talking a lot behind the scenes. He's positioning himself to take over the Arkansas football program, at least on an interim basis, if Sam Pittman's fired.
So Sam's dealing with the 2-2. All right, let me say this. Sam is dealing with the 2-2 football team. That's a fact. And he is potentially allegedly dealing with that as well. Again, like I said when I started out playing that clip, Brandon is a credible college football reporter. That doesn't mean that every report that he's ever had or spoken to is reality and true, but that is, again, something else in this ongoing process. And the thought was, because one of the questions that always gets asked to me is, would they put Bobby in the interim held? And I always told people no. I figured Travis would take over, just kind of like Brandon said. But the defense, you can't do that now. If that's the direction, that's the way that you want to go, if you're the Board of Trustees and Hunter Juracek and Chancellor Robert, you can't do that with the way the defense is playing.
Well, the safest thing, sorry, Ty, the safest thing to do in an interim situation is to give the reins to the guy that does have head coaching experience. But like you said, we had this conversation before the season. We all entertained it, and we thought, well, if things go south, it'll have to be T-Will, right? I mean, that's the one that makes the most sense. Bobby has said in the past he likes the offensive coordinator role. He likes the fact that there's no pressure, no media interviews. It's just him and the whiteboard, him and his play sheet. If that's true, if he's trying to, get things done behind the scenes, that can make things really, really ugly up there. And you don't want it to end that way. You don't want things to get where there's a divide between the people on the staff or the offense and the defense. But like you said, Marcello is a very credible guy. I don't think he'd come out and say that if he didn't hear it from the right people.
Andy says, please stop saying T-Will. Text from Justin saying Pittman is in a pretty tough spot. His AD doesn't have the confidence in him, and his coordinators are trying to take a shot. Right. Again, that is a report. And I'm not trying to disparage his report or anything. I'm just presenting the idea that sometimes things are said or reported that are not. That doesn't always lead. But that, again, this just adds on to it. Well, it'd be real nice if they somehow, as 5.5-point dogs this weekend, won against Notre Dame, and at least for the time being,
it's the most Arkansas
you put
thing
that
ever.
you put this conversation to rest. Now, with the remaining schedule that Arkansas has, you have 7 ranked opponents from here on out, including number 24 Notre Dame, coming into your building this weekend. So it does not, as we know, get easier for Sam Pittman and his staff. Road trips include Knoxville and Baton Rouge and Austin, Texas. I think a point was made earlier, and it's accurate that Sam Pittman is the Mike Anderson of Arkansas football. He put you back into a respectable level, and you're really gracious and thankful for that. I guess my question is for Hunter Yurachek or anyone within the Sam Pittman is in the camp moving forward is similar to the question that was asked of Hunter. Okay, we're in this position now. We're not in an SEC champion, or excuse me, we're not in a national championship competition level to compete. What's the he kind of mentioned the reason, but what's your plan to fix it? Mm-hmm. And the same would be asked that I would ask of Sam Pittman. It's like, okay, we're 2-2. We keep losing these games. What is your plan to fix it moving forward? Hunter, what is your comprehensive plan with Coach to fix this moving forward? Kevin's in Rogers this morning here on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. Kevin, go ahead, man.
Hey, Ty, I guess Tommy's out today. Just you two running the...
Yeah, he didn't want to be, man. I said this earlier. Tommy's not on vacation. It kills him that he's not doing the show today. He's up in Minnesota doing a bunch of things that help our radio station. And, I mean, I'll give him credit. He's as a leader, he is always doing something to better our radio stations and better the content for you guys in a variety of different ways. So I want to commend him for that because it's killing him not to be on today and tomorrow. And I think he's going to be back with us on Thursday, if I remember that right.
But yeah, Kevin, you're stuck with us.
All right.
Apologize.
Yeah, well, no, and I love talking to you guys too. I just was curious. I'm just now hopping on. I thought about this over the weekend, and I haven't really heard anybody bring this up.
Okay.
I want to say something else, then I'll just say that, and I want to get your all's take on it. First of all, Sam Pittman was not going to be fired this week. So everybody thought that might happen. With a big game with Notre Dame coming in, you're just not firing the guy, and that just messes everything up. So everybody who thought that, they don't know football, they don't know the structure of an athletic department. If you're going to let someone go, I mean, it's just like Florida right now. If they were going to let someone go, they would do it this week. It's a bye week. I mean, you're going to do it on a bye week because you got a week to get yourself, So he wasn't going to get fired this week. The other comment that I have is that it just came to my attention when I've been watching the last couple of weeks. Bobby's in charge of the offense. We all know that. Mm-hmm. He makes the calls, the plays. He's the offensive coordinator. And I haven't really seen anybody bring this up, and it's been quite surprising to me. Someone that's played football, helped coach it. The last two first halves against quality competition, Ole Miss and Memphis, we put up 56 points, okay? The last two second halves, we've scored 10 flipping points.
Yeah.
Now, that's on him. I mean, that means the other team is making adjustments. Bobby needs to make adjustments to that. And if you watch the last two games, we didn't make adjustments. We're running the same stuff. So everybody can hammer on Sam, but I want everybody to think about that. The defenses see us in the first half. We do our business. We take care of business. But at halftime, in both halftime interviews, the coach of Memphis and Lane Kiffin said, we'll get this fixed at halftime. And guess what? They did, and we didn't respond. Yeah, the fumbles caused a problem, but let's look at this. We scored 7 points the rest of the game against Ole Miss and three against Memphis. That's a problem.
Yeah,
I don't care what anybody says.
Kevin, to add on to your point, I had the let me go back. I have the drives listed out here. I'm trying to find it. But again, one field goal in the second half. It was encouraging to see Starzyk punch it through the uprights, which you're going to need the rest of the way if you're going to win one of these one-score games. But yeah, they haven't had success in the second half. And here it is: punt, field goal, interception, punt, fumble. That was how you ended the second half offensively for Arkansas.
Have to make. I mean, and I'm not that. I'm not. You know how I am. I'm not jumping on Sam's bandwagon or anything. But I'm just calling it as I see it, and as someone that's played and part of coaching and all that. Some adjustments are being made by the other side.
Yeah.
We need to make some adjustments.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not doing that. I mean, there's no excuse for scoring, dominating first half. We dominated Ole Miss on an offensive standpoint. We did what we wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we really should have had 31 points or more, but we didn't. Yeah. But you just can't do that in the second half and then just start throwing up. I said, well, we need to fire this guy. I mean, well, let's look at, you know, defense is a problem. That's no secret. I mean, it's not like it, you know, tomorrow we're going to come up and we're going to have a defense like the top 5 defenses in the league. We're not. We're going to have to outscore people. Well, you know, there was no reason why we didn't put 40 points on the board against Memphis. There's just no excuse, and that's just my comment. This whole coaching thing with Petrino, well, I'll kind of know his background. I'm not going to get into finger pointing how he is and stuff. He's a great offensive coordinator. But if anybody thinks he's going to be the next head coach of Arkansas, that's not the direction they will go. He may be interim. Hopefully there's not a lot of back, you know, tootling going on. That doesn't help with the players because this season's not over, guys.
Mm-hmm.
We can score on anybody, and we can score on anybody in the country. We have that type of offense.
It's a funny shape
No
ball.
doubt
It bounces
that
funny ways.
Hopefully it will bounce the right way. Kevin, we're running up against it.
All right, I'll let you go. Hey, guys, thanks.
Thanks, Kevin.
You got it, buddy. Feel free to call back and add on tomorrow. We've tried to get to as many calls. Haven't really been able to get all these texts that we've received here today on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. I apologize. I'll do my best to respond to those after the show. Hey, we're brought to you by Gaston's White River Resort. You looking for a place that's always a good time for maybe friends or family? Well, Gaston's is the perfect spot. They have the private accommodations in their lodges and cabins. And give them a call at 870-431-5202 and have a great experience. I've had friends that have gone on bachelor trips. My parents love to go there. I've been plenty of times with Tommy and our staff, and it's always an incredible time. Gastons.com. Again, 870-431-52 for Clint and the team. Gaston's White River Resort. A first-class time every time.
Shop local, eat local, be local. You're listening to The Morning Rush.
Contact down around the 10, and it's intercepted. It's intercepted by Julian Neal.
This is The Morning Rush.
It's time for the end of summer clearance at Rath Auto Resources. Right now, get a grand your way when you drive away in the road-ready certified pre-owned car of your choice. Inspected, reconditioned, and backed by a comprehensive warranty. Get an extra discount, extra for your trade, or buy that special someone a gift to make up for not talking to them about the new truck in the driveway. We got your back. $1,000 to use however you like. Just another reason why all the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath. Rath Auto Resources, 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith. RathAutoFortSmith.com.
Right now, someone in a Hardee's kitchen is about to make you a morning person. Loading up our omelet biscuit with sausage, ham, and applewood smoked bacon stacked on a fluffy made-from-scratch buttermilk biscuit. Or making a home-style loaded burrito. All that breakfast in a tortilla with crispy hash browns. Good morning, morning person, from Hardee's Country. Download the app and join my rewards for 20% off any breakfast purchase of $10 or more. Registration and minimum $10 purchase required. See app for terms.
Valley Family Dental at the entrance to Riley Farms provides every type of dental care and procedure for you and your family. General dentistry, braces, implants, same-day crowns, and cosmetics. Dr. Sparkman, Farmer, and now Dr. Blaine Van Nice work to give all of their patients a better life with a better smile. Valley Family Dental, 5901 Riley Park Drive, Suite A at the entrance to Riley Farms. Let them know you heard this on ESPN Radio and receive $300 off a snore guard. Valley Family Dental, 479-226-3500 for an appointment or visit valleyfamilydentalpractice.com.
Archery deer season is almost here, and Infinity Sports and Outdoors has all your archery needs and more. Infinity Sports has top compound bows from Hoyt, PSC, Prime, Darton, Bear, and Elite Plus crossbows from 10 Point, Wicked Ridge, Barnett, and Killer Instinct, all tuned and ready to shoot. Expert bow techs with years of experience are on site to get you dialed in and ready to hunt. Infinity Sports and Outdoors, 3700 Highway 71 North in Alma.
Colorworks Paint and Body in Barling offers professional automotive painting, bodywork, and fabrication that is unsurpassed in talent and dedication. Owner Andy Harrod uses the latest in collision repair technology to ensure all damage is addressed, whether it's visible or hidden, and works with all insurance companies. Andy and his crew have the experience and commitment to give you complete trust in the repair of your vehicle, no matter the size of the job. Colorworks is located at 1206 4th Street in Barling, across from Dollar General, and is on Facebook where you can check out their work.
Come see Cody and the gang on Advanced Mechanical Performance. You can find him at 3201 Wheeler Avenue in Fort Smith. Need repair or service for your ATV or UTV? Advanced Mechanical Performance can do it all, as well as taking care of all of your power sports parts accessory needs. Give them a call today at 434-4161. That's 434-4161. Or stop by 3201 Wheeler Avenue. Advanced Mechanical Performance. It's what you should be striving for.
Life is loud, chaotic, hilarious, and occasionally peaceful. Your life fits you, so why settle for life insurance that fits someone else? At Shelter Insurance, our local agents help you design a personal protection plan backed by award-winning customer service. To get started, find an agent at shelterinsurance.com. We're your shield. We're your shelter. Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
Call your Shelter Insurance agent, Randy Hughes, in Fort Smith.
TGI Fridays in Fort Smith, where football fans win with 50-cent wings all day, every Monday and Thursday. Just 50-cent wings, boneless or traditional, with a 10-piece minimum. It's perfect for Monday night and Thursday night football. Also, don't forget TGI Fridays' brand new steakhouse menu. Hand-cut 14-ounce ribeyes, juicy 8-ounce bacon wrap fillets, and loaded baked potatoes. Big groups are always welcome after the game, and we're open till midnight on Friday and Saturday. TGI Fridays. Come hungry, leave happy. TGI Fridays at 540 and Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
The Hit That Line Now app is ready for you to download from the Apple and Google Play stores. Sponsored by Taco Bell. Live Moss.
All right, final segment here on a Hot Take Monday. More of your texts, more of your calls coming up here in just a bit on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. Hey, the final splash sale of the year is going on at Burton Pools and Spas. Your last chance to make a splash going on. They have big savings on 15x30 in-ground pools for just $19.99. The ultimate backyard. You can upgrade it. Buy an Aquacrete in-ground pool, and you get a free hot tub or sauna. Maybe you need something smaller. Well, select punch pools are only $39.99. But hurry, these deals won't last long. Now is the time. Final splash sale going on right now at Burn Pools and Spas. Water for a better life. Fort Smith, Greenland, and in Springdale. All right. Trying to get through as many of these texts as possible. Scott, the Tortilla Guy, says responding after the show is disrespectful to the texters. Scott, I'm doing my best to get through, as you've heard today. Haven't had really a chance to look at every single text and every single call based on that. The Honorable Bishop Reverend Dr. Coach Brother Pastor Tanner says, Dear Ty, in my ignorant opinion, I think Yurachek has to go first, then hire a Calipari-approved athletics director. Then he can decide the fate of the football staff. Respectfully submitted. That is a joke, of course, I think.
Thank you for the respect.
Matt in Huntsville, Hunter Yurachek will be fired before Sam, then Sam goes shortly after. That is Matt's opinion. Let's see. A guy from Harrison. You just said win against Notre Dame, and we won't even cover the spread. We suck. The spread's like 5.5. I don't know what side. I was on the over this past week. That hit. I wanted them to win, but the over hit slightly. I think it hit by like 1.
Thank you, Memphis.
Yeah, 32-31. The spread was 62, so 63, so slightly over. I don't know what I'm going to bet on this week. Throwing gas on the dumpster fire. That's what Justin is chiming in this morning. Yeah, there's not a lot of good things. And again, some of the things that are said and stuff, it's like people enjoy just being miserable. Things are not good right now. Anyone that tries to spin it or tell you otherwise, Sam Pittman's job on the line this season, we know that. He knows that. The athletic department knows that. I think it's, again, I hope if there is a transition, I hope it's peaceful. I hope there's not a firing midseason, but anything's on the table at this point. Memphis is a really good program. I said before the season, I was like, man, Memphis, Notre Dame back-to-back, that is a brutal non-conference stretch. And you had that following the Ole Miss game, which you lost close. And now being, 3 teams? Mississippi State, Ole Miss, and Arkansas in the last 10 years in Liberty Bowl. So they've had some SEC, and now they're 6-0 against Power 5 opponents at 11 a.m. on SEC.
Twice in that time span.
Okay. So that is that's that. Well, I'll do my best to respond to these texts after the show. I know there's been a lot of them. Just trying to get through it as best we can. Hey, it's hay season right now at WT Equipment. There's no time to waste. No time for the equipment to slow us down. You want it to keep up. You need gear that works as hard as you do. And you're going to find that at WT Equipment, the Vermeer Forge tools right now. Mowers to balers. The Vermeer equipment is built tough enough to perform on the field, and it's backed with support you can count on at WT Equipment. Steve called us from Berryville. That's where they've got a location, in addition to Springdale, Searcy, McGehee, Jonesboro, Pocahontas, and Rayville, Louisiana. There's always a WT Equipment near you, ready to get the job done. Stop by your local WT Equipment today or visit them online at WTEquip.com. That's WTEquip.com.
Clark and Fayetteville here. Great text to finish it up. Wild how thin the margin is between 4-0 and dumpster fire. It's razor thin, Razorback thin.
Yeah, it's classic Razorbacks, unfortunately. I say that dishearteningly. Phil Elson, Matt Jones, Big C, halftime, headed your way next.
On a cattle ranch, calves aren't only raised by their mother. They're raised by a community of farmers, ranchers, and veterinarians committed to